Kung bago ka pa lang dito sa YouTube channel ko, please like the video and subscribe at i-click ang notification bell. Para mas magiging updated ka sa susunod na i-upload kong mga video. Celia Cruz o binyansagang Sibuyas Queen ay hindi samiput sa pangatlong pagkakataon ang pagdinig sa Senado patungkol sa kontrobersyal na hoarding ng sibuyas noong nakaraang taon pa lang. Matatandaan na labis ang pagtaas ng presyo ng sibuyas na halos umabot ng 800 pesos ang isang kilo. Abogado lang nito ang pumunta dahil na-confine umano sa hospital ang binyansagang Sibuyas Queen. Ngunit ayon kay Congressman Barsaga ay personal na magpunta ang resident doctor ng Kongreso sa naturang hospital kung totoo nga bang na-confine ito. Maraming netizen ang nakakapansin na tila umiiwas si Celia Cruz sa investigation, katulad ng ibang mayayamang politiko na nagsasakit-sakitan lamang upang makaiwas sa sinasabing investigasyon. Narito ang video at ating panuurin.
Client, I wish to remind you that during the February 27, 2023 hearing of this committee, Leia Cruz was absent.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you inform us that Leia Cruz was absent because of the fact that she would be visiting the farmers in Nueva Ecija.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Partly, yes, Your Honor.
And she was required to present the reason for her absence, and suddenly the reason was already different, that she has to attend to a very important matter pertaining to a bank transaction. Do you recall whether or not that was the written explanation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. On March 7, 2023, we required also her presence.
Yes, Your Honor.
Unfortunately, we were informed that she would not be available to attend the hearing on March 7, 2023, because in the afternoon, she would be having a hearing before the Sandigan Bayan.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And based on the record submitted to us, you are not the lawyer of Leia Cruz in the Sandigan Bayan on March 7, 2023.
Yes, Your Honor.
On behalf of your client, can you secure a certificate of appearance before the Sandigan Bayan that Leia Cruz was present in the afternoon of March 7, 2023?
Yes, Your Honor.
Specifying the start of the hearing and up to what time the hearing ended.
Yes, Your Honor.
And now, for the third time, another reason was given by your client.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what was the reason?
She is currently admitted at Metropolitan Medical Center, Your
Before
Honor.
going here, did you personally visit your client in order to find out whether or not she was confined at Masangkay
Metro
Medical
Manila.
Center?
Yes, Your Honor.
And when was the date of her confinement?
It's March 19, Your Honor.
March 19. Ano ba yan? So she was confined there up to from March 19 up to the present?
Your Honor, she
is an outpatient?
she's confined, Your Honor, starting March 19, pero meron na po siyang undergoing medical
Hindi, okay na yun.
procedures
Confined siya up to March 19.
since.
Okay, so the medical certificate was presented to us, and we requested the physician of the house to read the medical certificate and state whether or not her confinement will be a valid ground for her not to appear at this schedule.
Yes, Your
hearing.
Honor, if the reading will not violate the right of the client to privacy, since that would contain the assessment of her medical condition.
Yes, but there is no right of privacy insofar as investigation is concerned.
We
You know
yield,
the
Your
right of
Honor.
privacy.
We
The right
yield,
to
Your
be
Honor.
let alone. Eh kung lahat ng resource person sa amin sasabihin right of privacy, eh di wala nang pupunta rito.
We understand, Your
We
Honor.
understand. So we requested our physician to read and interpret the medical certificate which you have presented on behalf of your client and find out whether that medical certificate will be a valid medical reason for her not to appear for today's hearing.
Morning, Mr. Chair, Honorable Congressman. I'm the Medical Director of the House of Representatives, Dr. Luis Bautista. I'm asked to evaluate all the medical certificates and also what you have been telling us now. Don't worry, Mr. Chair and Honorable Congressman, I'm not here to discuss actually one by one the problems of your client, because I know that might violate the,
Thank you for that.
yes.
The right
So we don't need to, actually, we don't need to,
what right is violated?
no, we don't need to, actually,
Oh,
Mr. Yeah, yeah.
reading the medical certificate would not be a violation to the right of privacy of your client. Will that be correct?
Mr. Chair, I think the lawyer is invoking patient and doctor's privilege because this is
Yeah.
a privileged communication. This all. I think
Present,
Okay.
okay, but the trouble when your client presented the medical certificate, that is an implied waiver or even an express waiver of availing the patient physician privilege. Ibigay niyo medical certificate, hindi namin pwedeng basahin. Ano gagawin namin dito?
For purposes of being submitted to the honorable committee.
O so,
But the-
we'll just accept at its face value.
If Your Honor, we yield to the desire of the honorable committee and we comply, and there's no
Oh yes, you have
objection.
to comply. Whether you do not like or you like our desire. Oh. Okay, so you interpret the medical certificate.
Yes, Honorable Congressman, with this certificate, your client, Miss Lilia Cruz, 47-year-old female, has the conditions stated herein, no? I need not go to it one by one, but with these conditions, and she's actually admitted, no? She's actually admitted for her condition of bleeding. So let's just say bleeding, no? So, but this does not preclude her from attending this session by Zoom. That's what I have to say here, no? So
Well,
that's it.
actually,
Because she's admitted, sir.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would be enough. But insofar as this representation is concerned, I most respectfully move that the physician of Congress at Dr. Bautista be required or requested to visit today personally and see the condition of Leia Cruz as to whether or not her condition really prevents her from attending the session insofar as the current investigation is being concerned. Do you think that there will be a violation to that?
I think there is none, Your Honor.
Okay, there is none. So we will be requesting our physician to go there personally. And I would suggest that you assist him para makita mo naman kung ano gagawin ng physician.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Your Honor.
Just a short
I
question.
have a motion first. I so move.
Second, Your Honor. Any objections? There being none, motion is carried. We are requesting Dr. Bautista to assist to join attorney Tejeo to go to Manila
Manila Medical
Medical Center to see the current
Metropolitan.
to the Metropolitan Medical Center. Okay, Kong Stella.
Yes, Mr. Chair, just a quick question. Doc Bautista, base sa medical certificate na binasa mo at base sa nakalista na conditions or diagnosis kay Miss Lilia Cruz, will those conditions warrant confinement? This is just based on your own experience and expertise.
As stated by her physician, which she signed here, she needs to be admitted at this time because of yes,
On your
Yes, sir.
own experience,
I would
looking
agree.
at the conditions stated,
Yeah.
kinakailangan ma-confine siya.
yes, Your Honor. She needs to be confined
Right.
for these conditions. Yes.
In which case, Mr. Chair, kailangan talagang bisitahin ni Dr. Bautista. Thank you po.
Considering that Lilia Cruz was admitted to the Metropolitan Medical Center as early as March 19.
bago natin paalisin si Doktor, what happens if the personal doctors of these people will invoke confidentiality? What will you do?
Yeah, a
Well,
physical
this is
visit.
just a physical visit in case there will
Hindi
be
nga
a
kasi meron nga confidentiality between a patient and a doctor. And that one, hindi natin mababiolate yun.
pero
So pupuntahan lang ni doktor, titingnan niya para paano kung sabihin ng doktor niya, ano bang itatanong mo sa kanila? Kasi parang hindi na tayo magtagal kasi
Oo nga, pero-
na-divert lahat ng pinag-uusapan.
well, actually, when we speak of legality, when it is an issue of physical client relationship, patient, physician, privilege communication, that could be the subject of waiver. And whenever you presented your medical certificate, it behooves upon us to verify whether or not that medical certificate is correct or not. Otherwise, if we shall not conduct an investigation, any resource person who does not want to attend shall only present a medical certificate and telling us, you cannot examine me because there is a patient-physician privilege. And that will render our constitutional duty to conduct an investigation in aid of legislation. That's my very point.
Tama naman yung point mo, pero sinasabi ko, baka mamaya sabihin ng doktor nila, I invoke confidentiality, yun lang.
If any physician will invoke confidentiality, I would respectfully move that that physician be required to be present here to be assisted by a lawyer so that we can discuss this issue. In order that
Hindi
we
nga
can
pwede
create
yun,
a-
that's a confidential.
Hindi, kaya nga titanungin natin sa physician,
Anyway,
medical
yes.
condition, but why is he invoking physician-patient privilege?
yes, anyway, they are assisted by their lawyers and they have agreed to the request to be personally seen by the House doctor.
Yes, Your Honor, we submit
Yes, thank you.
the orders of the
Okay.
committee.
So anyway, that is the last of it. So
Mr. Chairman,
yes,
just a manifestation on the exchange of ideas we had earlier. Confidentiality patient, doctor confidentiality can be subject to limitations, Mr. Chairman, when especially it involves national security, public interest. That is what we are doing here. This is the public interest, and it is higher than our private
Mr.
right.
Chair, earlier while I was in Zoom, I heard that one of the invited resource person cannot attend because of COVID symptoms. So may we be allowed to pursue that line of questioning because it's very easy to have a COVID test, a swab test, and present a result. Nagawa po ba?
yes. Dr. Bautista. Anyway, we'll do it. We'll hear the other.
Like
Yes,
it was
there's
mentioned
one-
earlier. There
Yes,
was
ComSec
like
maybe
there was one whole team. I'm not sure if it was Super 8
from
or
Super
Chando.
5.
Super 5.
Yes.
And one had COVID symptoms, so that could have easily been resolved by a swab test. And there was also a patient who was recently transplanted. May we inquire how many months or how many days ago? Because if you're a transplant patient, you're on immunosuppressants for life, but you're only supposed to be in isolation for 3 to 6 months. Yes, Mr. Chair. Yeah, no, for if you are a transplant patient, that was what I was asking, when was the transplantation? Because if you're, it's the same company. It's the same company. Different person. So like yung isa may COVID symptoms, dapat nagpa-swab sana kasi malalaman mo kung negative, they could have attended. Yung isa naman is a transplant patient. Of course, kailangan talagang alagaan yon. But when was this? Because the reason was that the patient was on immunosuppressant. So all kidney transplant patients will be on immunosuppressants for life. But isolation is only 3 to 6 months. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So anyway, having said that, Kong Janet, we will hear the excuses of from their representatives here. So for Miss Mary Ann Lim, is there anyone from Super 5? Any lawyer present for Super 5 that would wish to further elaborate and expound on the condition of Miss Mary Ann Lim? The medical condition? Super 5.
Mr. Chair, Super 5 is an owner of a cold storage facility.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes,
Honorable
because I am made to understand, Mr. Chair, that the direction of this inquiry is to go after the cold storage owners and warehouses, because this is the only way that we can determine the volume of deposits made and the volume of withdrawals made over a period of time, so that we can analyze the flow of the commodity over time. This is the only way to check about hoarding and the possible integration of smuggled goods in the entire supply chain. Kasi kung hanapin muna natin yung mga tao, pati doktor na this is a diversion, Mr. Chair. Nauubos ang panahon natin ang gusto kong makita rito kagaya ng nangyari sa Argo. Initially, Mr. Chair, napakaganda po ng sinabit na documents. Dito nakikita na natin kung sino-sino yung nag-deposit, sino yung mga nag-withdraw, iba't ibang tao. Over a period of time, dito makikita na natin eh. Tsaka na natin patawag sila pag na-determine na natin yung data, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Anyway, we'll just do a run through, Honorable Dante, with regards to this. They have their lawyer present. Attorney Eugene Riego.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Attorney Eugene Riego, representing Super 5, Your Honor.
Yes, Attorney, are you aware of the submission of a medical certificate for Miss Mary Ann Lim, Miss Kim Kok Lim?
Yes, Your Honor. We submitted the
Yes,
medical certificate
can you
that they
further enlighten us on that? Are they currently confined?
I'm not aware, Your Honor. However, Your Honor, because of the medical condition, she manifested, Your Honor, that he cannot attend this hearing, Your Honor. Likewise, Your Honor, as regards Miss Jocelyn Cobanquiet, Your Honor, Kim Kok, Your Honor.
So I get you right that you are not aware of their medical condition?
I am aware, Your Honor, that they have they're undergoing a medical condition, Your Honor. Then as represented by a medical certificate, Your Honor.
Okay, so for the Honorable Janet Garin, I think mentioned earlier, for Mr. Kim Kok Lim.
Oh, ano rin okay.
But that was last February 2014. 2014. Yeah, 2014. But currently he's still undergoing Honorable Congresswoman immunosuppressant therapy.
Yeah, that's why, Mr. Chair, my point is, if you're a kidney transplant patient, you are on immunosuppressants for life. But the period of isolation where you are vulnerable for infection is between 3 to 6 months. Considering that is a senior citizen, strict isolation is only up to 6 months. Be that as it may, Mr. Chair, tama po si Congressman Marcoleta. We really have to go to the meat and the core of this investigation at sagutin bakit nung huling quarter ng 2022, bakit po ba naging sobrang mahal ang sibuyas? And even though the prices are down now, Mr. Chair, it's not a justification for us to stop because the culprits should be answerable.
Yes, thank you.
Sa clarification, ang nakikita nga natin, yung mga resource persons natin ay hindi umattend ang nagkakasakit. So we'll just dispense with their absence and just go on with the hearing without requiring them to explain why they are absent. There must be a valid reason. Otherwise, if we shall not take any action against these absences, then we can expect that in the future, pwede pa lang umabsent. Hindi na kami pupunta roon at kinakailangan continue ang investigation. And I don't think that will be a valid excuse.
Yes, anyway, we will just go through this briefly. So at least we are also according them the due course that they explain also the condition. So at least we're made familiar also of the concerns. So tsaka reminder po, these are people issued subpoenas.